To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Call Government Order of the Day number 3.
Road User Charges Bill, third reading.
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the Road User Charges Bill be now read a third time. Mr. Speaker, this bill has undergone a rigorous examination both in the Select Committee and here on the floor of the House. The amendments to the bill have resulted in a good bill becoming, I think, even better. I thank members, in particular those in the Transport and Industrial Relations Select Committee of the last Parliament who did all of the work to prepare this bill. And I would also like to acknowledge the work of the independent review into the New Zealand Road Charging System in conducting the initial review of the system. The background to this bill, Mr. Speaker, sees the Road User Charges Act 1977 replaced. The review of the Road User Charges system identified a range of shortcomings within the system that can be summed up in 2 words: outdated and complicated. This bill is designed to modernise and simplify the Road User Charges system, reduce compliant costs for both industry and government, and reduce road user charge evasion. In the context of the bill, there are a number of changes. The 1977 Act was passed when paper records were the practice. There was no other opportunity to record the information required. And mechanical harmometers were used to measure distance travelled by vehicles. Electronic registries and electronic technologies are now the norm, and the legislation has to reflect this reality. The government supports the adoption of new technology, and the bill enables this to occur. The bill will allow for further integration of new and emerging technology while ensuring that those providing these services are subject to a consistent statutory framework. In addition, the bill contains provision to safeguard electronic information. Industry has expressed concern that the road user charges system is subject to evasion as it currently exists. The government naturally shares this concern. Loss of revenue and the subsidising of the reluctant payer by the honest person brings the system into disrepute and deprives the National Land Transport Fund of revenue. When the bill comes into force, we see a new era in the management of road user charges, replacing the existing system of operator-nominated weights with a system where all road user charged vehicles will have a permanent road user charge weight, will help reduce the administration burden on both operators and government. And it was interesting, Mr. Speaker, to see how that new charge will in fact advantage many users when we were in the committee stages of the bill. The change will see the weight-based evasion of road user charges virtually disappear. The bill will also look to further improve road user charge compliance by introducing more stringent record-keeping requirements for transport operators. It will give the New Zealand Transport Agency more effective assessment powers to recover outstanding road user charges. One of the consequences of having electronic registries is that it's no longer necessary to impose heavy penalties for forgetful behaviour, the occasions where people simply don't meet a date because they have simply forgotten to do so. However, the new road user charges system will have infringement fees that are considerably, the new road user charges system will have infringement fees for forgetfulness that are considerably less than the current system. That said, for situations where there are deliberate attempts to defraud the system, penalties have been increased. Mr. Speaker, this bill lays the groundwork for developing a forward-thinking system that will continue to serve New Zealanders well for years to come. While the bill contains the general framework for how the new system will function, much of the practical detail will be covered off in the regulations. I am confident that the government and industry will continue to work closely together on the regulations in order to make the most of the opportunities that this piece of legislation presents. Mr. Speaker, I'm confident that the bill will help to improve, modernise and simplify a system that has been in place for almost 35 years. Mr. Speaker, I commend this bill to the House.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Phil Twyford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.